Alright guys, this is going to be a very interesting YouTube video because I'm going to be reacting to YouTube channels that have been sent to me who promote prostitution, whoremongering, and sex tourism. Now, I'm going to be showcasing you the lifestyle that they promote because each and every one of these channels that I'll be showing you today promote a type of lifestyle. And I'm going to be just giving you my honest reaction to these videos and share my thoughts as to why they're doing these things, what their motivation is to get started, and why they stay stuck doing this, and how they just rationalize this behavior. So let's just dive in and get started.
I'm going to be showing you two different channels. Now, the individuals behind these channels are both very different from one another, but they both promote prostitution, sex work, they both promote sex tourism, and both of these guys not only partake in all of those things on a consistent basis and build a life around it, but they also promote that lifestyle to other people. And I want you to take a note as to what lifestyle that they're pushing out on YouTube and showcasing. Because if you can see that, you're going to get a really clear understanding as to why they rationalize this behavior and why they value it so much. So let's just take a look at the first guy. His name is Adulting Hard, and this dude's a freaking character, man. Like, this dude cracks me up, and just from looking at him, right? Ask yourself this question right now, just based off looks. Would you want to have a similar lifestyle to this guy? Probably say no, right? But don't judge a book by its cover. Let's just dive in and see what this content really is.
Have you ever been to a blowjob bar? Well, I haven't, but today
Character.
is the day. Welcome to the original Sin City, or probably the craziest Sin City in the world, and we are in Angeles City or Angeles City. The place is fucking wild at night. Today I'm actually headed to a blowjob bar. You guys see what that's all about.
Crazy.
If you want breakfast, the backside of Walking
Now, one
Street.
thing I will say, it takes balls to put yourself out there and record a video like that, and I got to commend that to some degree. I respect the balls this guy has, because it's not easy putting yourself out there for some content like this. I understand the amount of balls it takes.
There's like this little alleyway with a couple of food stalls. Fiesta Arcade, it's right there in the background. You just walk down the alleyway. Funny story. So my friend Harry in Thailand, he was like, dude, if you're ever in Philippines, you gotta go check out a blowjob bar. Here I am. I was speaking to another guy at another bar last night. I think he runs the girls at this bar, or he's like a recruiter or something. But he's like, okay, this is where you go. So he's giving me directions to go to this bar somewhere outside town. We're gonna go check it out together. Compared to all the other red light districts, it works totally different, and it is a lot crazier than other places. So if you're looking for a crazy place, yeah, Angeles City is the place to come to. I think I found.
And as you guys can tell, like, this guy is a pro. He's been there, done that before. And if you're to take a look at his channel, this is all he does. He's been able to create a career around this almost. He's able to support his lifestyle to have sex with hookers from a third world country and be able to live in Thailand, and I think in the Philippines he's in that place now. So he's been able to create an entire life around this type of stuff, and that's crazy to me. So let's just dive in and continue to see what his life is actually like.
Myself in Dodge Central. Seems I'm like in the gay part of the area because there's just like like gay bars around here. But yeah, let's go check this place out. So this is it. This is the blowjob bar, and it's dodgy fucking central. Look at this. I don't even. I can't have the camera rolling, but there's fucking karaoke outside there. It's a blowjob bar, so let's go check out what's gonna happen. It is nighttime now, so I was in there for quite a while. Short version of it is, yes, it is a blowjob bar. I'll tell you the prices and everything just now. And then I'll take like a day shot because it's night and I can't take a good shot of the place yet. Now, guys, I had a completely different idea for my first time at a blowjob bar in my head. But such is life. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this place at all. This place was a fucking shithole. The girls were very hesitant to open up to me in the first place. That's because they were very aware that I had a camera and I was making a video. They
Now, it was a shithole. We both saw the bathroom. We both see everything that was going on there. I would imagine the girls there aren't even as attractive, and they're probably very dirty. Yet he went and did it anyways. Now, that is a man that is driven based off of his head downstairs. Like he is not thinking with his brain; he's thinking with his dick through and through, and that's crazy to me. But let's keep going
obviously
through
saw
this.
me vlogging from the outside when I came from the bar next door. It's quite a funny story why I was in the bar next door. So my source said I must go to a place called Garfield. I go into Garfield and I'm like sitting there and there's like sexy girls there and stuff, and I'm like, I hear that this place is a blowjob bar. Where's the queue? How do I stand in line here? How do I order and stuff? And they're like giggle a bit and like, no, honey. This is the family bar. The blowjob bar is next
Bro,
door. But you know what? Even though the girls were
that's
hesitant,
crazy.
it's nothing a couple of drinks wouldn't solve. So after I bought Christine a drink, she was ready to roll. Drinks at the bar there were pretty cheap. 65 pesos for
You walked into the wrong bar and try to get them to.
me and 100 pesos for the girl. Caliber of the girls on the night was pretty fucking low. I'd say 2s, 3s, and 4s. However, most of them got very friendly once they got to know me a little bit better, and they were sure I wasn't filming inside there. Now, if you by some godforsaken reason end up there, your situation will be a lot easier than mine. As you know, girls often shut down once they see cameras. The bar inside there is super old. There is a pool table inside there if you'd like to play a game of pool. As you heard from the girls earlier on, there is a karaoke machine inside there as well, which is pretty much a staple in Philippines. There were only around about 5 girls in the bar when I was there, so don't expect much if you do end up there. A blowjob in this bar will set you back 1,200 pesos, and there is a privacy area in the back, but it ain't much. The whole place, in fact, gave me a bit of the willies, so I wouldn't suggest you go there if you're squeamish. The atmosphere in there was also very disappointing, and I couldn't help but think to myself, what the fuck am I doing in here? I just
That is
kept
a
on
good
repeating the
question to
same
ask yourself, my friend. That is a very good question to ask yourself. And yeah, he's in a position where he's in a dirty place. He just went into the wrong bar and tried to get someone to, you know, try to get a blow job at a family friendly bar. He walks into this place, it's dirty, and he's only seeing twos, threes, and fours, who are all prostitutes, by the way. And he thinks they're dirty, thinks it's disgusting. He's starting to have these questions go through his head. It's like, why am I even in this place? And he just continues to go and act out with one of them. He continues to go to a private area and, you know, get a blowjob. Like that is insane to me. So he's not thinking clearly. He's obviously in a state where he is fueled off of the pleasure, fueled off of the experiences. He's addicted. He cannot stop himself, even when he's in situations that are not even that nice to begin with.
same words in my head. It's all for the art. The girl that was with me was about a 4, and she was the prettiest girl in the place to me. She was also an older bird, around about 36 years old. However, Christine was actually very sweet, and we did have good conversation during the drinks. I guess the place is targeted towards guys wanting cheap drinks during the daytime with the option of a quick dick suck for what could be considered cheap. In reality, there are way better bars open during the day in Walking Street that offer better services, but you're gonna pay a lot more for those. Drinks are gonna be more expensive as well as the girls, which we'll get into on future episodes here. Now, rest assured, guys, not all blowjob bars are this fucking dodgy. I have been to better blowjob bars since this, but we are in Angli City, and I thought I would share my first blowjob bar experience to show that it's not all fucking sunshine and roses out there.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Now, I'm not going to show the rest of the clip because he goes into specifics of where this place is and all this different stuff, and it's just we don't need to see any of that. So that is basically his life. That's an average day for that individual. and he's definitely addicted. He's probably been addicted for some time, and he probably got to the point in life where before going to a different country and involving himself in the sex tourism, he was probably already paying for sex in his home country. I don't know where, Australia, maybe South Africa. I couldn't tell based off his accent, but it was probably a part of his life even before he moved out there. And it just intensified. It intensified and intensified. He probably got older and older and older and had less incentive to actually change his life. And it's easier for a lot of guys instead of changing their life to stop paying for sex, stop paying for escorts, and indulging in this type of behavior, instead of doing that, it's a lot easier just to say, fuck it, whatever, I don't care anymore, and just have that be a part of their life. There's less shame, there's less guilt, there's less pain involved inside of the entire process, but all at the cost of hope for a future that is actually fulfilling. Now, that was the trade up that this guy has committed to, right? And this is the lifestyle that he chooses to have now. And I personally think that's sad, man. If you're watching my channel, this is something that you've been struggling with. Like, this is not where it leads you. I'm not saying every single person is going to go to a third world country and fuck hookers. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, you don't want to be that guy that has gone down this path for far too long and lost any hope for a better life. That's a sad thing to see. And if you're really wanting to quit this and eliminate prostitution or eliminate sex work from your life and no longer be paying for these things anymore, now is the time to do it, not in the future. And severe action might need to be taken. You got to really take it seriously to be able to get to the point where you have the confidence that this isn't in your life anymore. Because it's one thing to stop the bad behavior, stop the acting out, stop paying for sex. But it's another thing to actually create a life that you really genuinely want to keep and that brings you pleasure and fulfillment from. Because if you have that, there's no real incentive to go back to prostitution unless you're fueled off of that pleasure like some guys are. So that's my honest thought on this. I think I want to use him more as an example of what not to be. There's a lot of guys out there that are going down a path like that. And I think there just needs to be a wake up call because, again, the lifestyle that has been promoted throughout the entire video has been the partying, the sex, the women, all those things, everything you want, just be able to get those desires met on a deep, deep level. But the thing is, it just makes you hooked. It's a drug to a lot of people, and you just need an extra hit, another hit, another hit. There's nothing that's actually fulfilling and meaningful. It's not meaningful at all. And this is not what a lot of guys actually want within their entire lives. So that's my honest thought on him. Let me show you someone else. Now, this guy, to the contrary, is actually very different. He seems to be a younger dude. I can't tell, probably in his 20s, maybe 30s. I'm not sure. But in one of his videos, he mentioned that he's making good money. He has no problem with women at all. He's a younger guy. He's going to be attractive. You'll see this guy, no problem with any real looks or anything like that. But the thing is, he still goes out and pays for sex, right? And he still promotes that lifestyle to other people, which I think is very, very interesting. So let's just dive into some of his content. All right, so we got it pulled up, and we'll watch the lifestyle that he promotes here. It's a quick little video where you can just see, like the highlights of his lifestyle. So let's just dive in.
Hola, mi Twitch.
I'm so getting demonetized. Showing all the women, the lifestyle. The more of it. Do the drinking, the partying. Or the women. So this is what I wanted to show you, and I'll show you a little bit more content maybe here in a second. But that's again the lifestyle that is promoted here, and as you can tell, those gentlemen are much younger. They're not older, 40 years old, and there's a bit of a difference there, right? So how can a guy who's younger, has the capabilities of being in a relationship, starting a family, all the future in the world ahead of him, how can that guy give up a lifestyle like that? And choose to go and pursue sex workers and prostitutes and that entire party scene altogether? Well, I think that's a very fair question to ask, and it really shows you why guys do this. I think that's the real thing that we can get at here. So, with someone like this, now I haven't seen it explicitly on his channel, but he's kind of has like a red pill stuff, and I would imagine the argument would being that he goes out and chooses this lifestyle because how can you get in a relationship nowadays, right? Women are more promiscuous, women are more slutty than all time, and it just doesn't take a smart person to realize that. Like all of us can go out and see something like that and see how that's going on right now. So sorry, I just had to plug in my mic so it didn't die. So yeah, no, it's you can see it all around now that a lot of women, are a lot more promiscuous, and that's definitely a thing that is going on. It's certainly a problem, but the solution to that isn't going out and being a fucking man whore who goes out and pays for escorts in different countries. Like you being a slut yourself and being promiscuous, that's the same exact thing. That is not the solution. Your solution to that problem is not the answer. It doesn't make any sense. You're just rationalizing that women are promiscuous, but yet you're paying for promiscuous women to have sex with you. Like that just there's no logic involved inside of that entire process. Now, I do agree to some level that it is a lot harder to get into relationships. Women are promiscuous nowadays, but it's a societal problem. It's not a women problem. The thing is, like, men nowadays are just over sexualized, and this is some evidence of it, that they only value sex, that they only value that intimacy with the woman. That's the only thing that they care about and value, and because of that, that's the only thing that they qualify a woman on. It's only for her body, it's only for her looks, it's only for the sex that she can bring that man. And because of that, women are now being more promiscuous. They're putting themselves out there like that, and guys are actually taking the bait. They're going for it, and they're saying, oh, you look so great, and they're having sex with them. Like that's the entire society. It's a cultural problem, not a woman problem. So the solution to that guy's problem of the women are promiscuous, it's hard to get into a relationship. You being a man whore and being a whoremonger is not the solution to that. The solution is to not be finding all these women who in bars and clubs and nightclubs, be searching for all these escorts. Like that is not what you really want, man. Guys, a lot of guys that I know want to start a family one day. They want to be able to have that as their lifestyle. Some people, hey, maybe that's not their thing. But I totally get that. But the problem is not being solved by going out and paying for these escorts. It's leading to a path of destruction. And getting into it from a young age certainly is not what these guys should be building. They're tearing themselves down for the future because they're making themselves over sexualized. They're valuing the wrong things in a woman. They're seeking the wrong behaviors in a woman as well. And it's not actually productive. Again, my entire theme around this video is that this lifestyle is not fulfilling. It's not meaningful at all. And there's meaningful things out there that you can cherish. You can be able to cherish an intimate relationship with the woman. That is certainly the case with a lot of guys, and that's what a lot of guys want. And if that's what you really want, you got to be seeking that direction. You can't be going out and doing these behaviors just because you don't have that right now, or you have these rationalizations that are popping up, or you're looking for intimacy in the wrong places, and you got burned a couple times in the past. Like you just got to be working towards what's meaningful and fulfilling in this world, and this is not it. So both of these channels, I don't agree with anything that they say. All of it is irrational. All of it is a justification for their behavior, and it's something that should not be promoted to men. And to wrap all of this up, choose meaning, choose fulfillment. Don't choose these short term, instant gratification pleasures that bring people to destruction. Choose something that actually has longevity and substance to it. And if you're no longer aligned with this lifestyle, like you've gone and paid for escorts in the past and you had troubles, or you're currently, stuck in that addictive cycle and acting out even though you don't want to, what I want you to do is go to the link below and book a call with me today to see if you're a good fit for the Recovery Blueprints program, where you can get all the support, all of the guidance that you need to be able to achieve freedom so you can have a life filled of meaning and fulfillment. From there, that's all I have to say. Oh, join the free community down below as well. There's some great resources and tools in there. And with that said, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.